Major signs that he is wasting your time. Number one, his communication is sporadic. He may text you every single day for a week, and then suddenly you don't hear from him for 4 days. And this happens all the time. Number two, if he makes open-ended plans without confirming, and he does this on a consistent basis. So he may say something like, hey, we should really hang out on Saturday, but then he doesn't follow through with specific details. All right? Not a good sign. And number three, if he is inflexible and he only wants to meet on his terms. So if he's not willing to accommodate your schedule, he's either not that interested or not willing to compromise. And this means that he's probably not a keeper.
If that man's behavior doesn't change, then he doesn't care about you. So many of us women are investing into these long-term situationships with these men who just see us as a placeholder. So let me talk you through how you know that that man is wasting your time. And if you don't know, it's your internet big sis here with Love Bets, and I am a feminist who also holds women accountable. So the first way you know if a man is wasting your time is that his presence is sporadic, which means one moment he'll be around, have all your time, the next he'll be gone. Poof, vamos, son of a. And the reason that happens is usually because he is juggling multiple girls. He might have a girlfriend, so you're the side without knowing it, or also just because he doesn't like you that much. However, your presence in his life is transactional, which means that he uses you for something, whether it be your body, your cooking, your home, nurturing. Men, in the nicest way possible, as are women sometimes, are users. So just to segue here, a lot of men don't actually like women that much. And when I talk about I mean like they like their friends. They like men, but a lot of men just find women dumb and irritating. So a lot of men, when it comes to women, are used to putting in a shift to get the result at the end. So like you would go to work and get paid and you may not like your job, a man can spend time with a woman and get paid in the nut, basically, but he doesn't like the job, but he likes the outcome. So he will sacrifice. Another way you can tell is if there's no progression in your relationship or very slow progression. A relationship that has a destination will hit landmarks. So you will meet the guy, then you'll start talking to him. Maybe you'll start talking to him more. Maybe you'll become exclusive. Maybe you become boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe you'll move in together. Maybe he'll propose. Maybe you get married. There are stones and steps on this journey. When a man is wasting your time, you will find that things that are supposed to happen that should have happened in good time, they're not happening. And there's always a reason, there's always an excuse, there's always a justification that really, when you think about it, shouldn't stop the progression anyway. Another way you can tell a man is wasting your time is if you're very excluded from his world. So you haven't met his friends, you haven't met his family, you don't really know what goes on in his life day to day. You don't really know his routine. His life is very individual and separate from yours. Now, I'm not saying all of these things individually mean that that man doesn't like you or is wasting your time, because caveats and nuances. But if the list is starting to build and you're ticking all of these. Another way you can tell if a man is wasting your time is if your relationship has evolved over time, but yet there still seem to be other women in the picture. These other women aren't falling off, because I do believe when you first meet a man, he is always talking to other women, and you don't have the right to tell him not to do that. However, if you are now building this relationship and it's progressing, those other women should now be falling away. If that's not happening, Nino. That was a siren, because it's an emergency, baby. Pay attention. Oh my God. Another way you can tell is if a man does not help you. And I am not talking about financial help all the time. Slow down, ladies, slow down. I'm talking about maybe you're coming back from the airport. A man that cares about you and has the time will make the effort to pick you up from the airport. Maybe, you've run out of milk and he's on the way to the house. He might pick up some milk. If all a man buys you is alcohol and weed, Nino, mayday. Ooh, another way, and this doesn't necessarily count if you're an introvert like me and you like staying in your house. But if you're a person that likes to go out and likes to do dinner, drinks, fun things outside, and he never takes you on dates, or if he does, it's very remote and very quiet and there's not people around. And just to jump on the back of that, if you do go places, let's say remote places, and you happen to bump into someone he knows and he's shuffling to introduce you, I think that's a very clear one. Ooh, another way is if he's talking to his boys and you're there but there's no sign of life of you. Like, he's almost talking as if you're not there, and his friend would never ever know you were there because he doesn't even allude or speak to you, or you're not allowed to speak to him. Yeah. And then just the basic ones that I think we should all know, but I'm going to say anyway, just in case. He's ghosting you, he talks to you for a while, goes, comes back. That man's not taking you seriously. If he talks down on you a lot, he may be taking you seriously, but not in a way that's ever going to benefit you. That man will always try and put you underground. So run, don't walk if he's doing that. The reality that no one wants to say is, in the first 6 months of your relationship with this person, from the day you meet them, it should feel like walking on sunshine. It should feel like happiness and prosperity and joy and love at first sight. That's how much you guys should be connecting in those first 6 months. Do not listen to people.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's topic is something many of us have either gone through or are trying to avoid: how to know if a man is wasting your time. Whether you've been dating for a while or just seeing someone, okay? It's important to know when someone intentions are not genuine with you. So I had to put the TikTok videos together so that you learn. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. So if you feel like you're stuck in a relation that is not going anywhere, this video is for you. So let's get into it. The signs a man is wasting your time, so you don't waste any more of it, okay? The first sign is inconsistency. When a man is truly interested, his action will show it. But if he's over the place, 1 week he's texting you non-stop and the next week he's ghosting you, it's a huge red flag. He might give you just enough attention to keep you around, but he's not putting in consistency effort to build something real. This kind of inconsistency keeps you on edge, waiting for him to come through, when in reality he's only giving you breadcrumbs. If his effort is unpredictable, he's not serious about you. Let's talk about commitment. If a man is constantly avoid defining the relationship, he's wasting your time. He will give you excuses like, I'm just not ready for rebels, or let's just see where things going, or it's fine to take things slow in the beginning. If you've been seeing each other for months and he's still dodging the question, it's like because he's keeping his options open. If he's not willing to make things official after a reasonable amount of time, then he's not investing in the future of the relationship, and you deserve someone who is there for you. Another sign is only contacts you when it suits him. This man is not making time for you. He is only showing up when it's convenient for his schedule or when he wants something. If if he only hits you up late at night or when he is bored, it's a sign he's not prioritizing you. You should never feel like you're just a backup plan or something to do when he has nothing better on. If he's not making the effort to include you in his life regularly, he's wasting your time. Here is a big one: empty promises about the future. He might talk about future vacations, meeting family, or doing things together months from now. But when it comes to actually making plans, there is always an excuse. A man who is serious about you will follow through on his promises. He won't just talk about taking you somewhere, he will actually set a date. If all his future plans are just words with no action behind them, then he's not interested in creating a real future with you. He's just stringing you along, okay? So another thing, he doesn't prioritize your needs or feelings. In a healthy relationship, both partners make compromises and consider each other emotions. But if you find yourself always accommodating him while you need or needs are ignored, it's a bad sign. A man who's wasting your time won't care about your feelings or making the relationship balanced. He will take as much as he can without giving much in return. If you feel unappreciated or like your voice doesn't matter in the relationship, it's time to really evaluate whether it's worthy your time. Another thing is that there are those people who are married, like they're in marriages and they're in toxic marriages, Some people are just treating you bad. Like, even if small things, it just irritates this man. Like, he's always on top of his voice. He doesn't appreciate you. All things it says, I just want to see you suffer. And if you want to get a job, they say, no, you can't work. I want you to be at home. You know, these things, huh? Yeah. So that person, he's also wasting your time because he's being selfish. He's just doing things on his own. So another thing that you need to think as a lady, if this man says you don't have to work, you only depend on his bank account. What if you want to buy something for yourself, or what if you want to help someone? Like, maybe your family member has a problem, you want to help them. Are you going to be able every time you go back to ask money from him? Okay, so some of these people, they just do things for selfish reasons. So it's you to control, it's you to see, do I have to live with this person? Am I going to manage to live this type of a man? Okay, so it's really a hard situation, guys. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is you have to like make you have to see where the relationship is going. If you see any red flag, run. Okay, put your slippers under your armpit and run. You have the right to run. Okay, you have the power to control your life. Okay, and one thing we shouldn't forget, that in each marriage, even if we're married, everyone is individual. Like, individualism, okay, also matters. Yeah, so some of these men, they do things for their own selfish reasons. So you just have to be careful, ladies. Learn how to take care of your mental health. Okay, and even if you leave this person, this is not the last person for you. You're going to find your own person, a man who's going to align with your goals, a man who will take care for you, a man who is a provider, who's a protector, a man who is a leader. Awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. All I can say is bye bye.